futures that await them. We wish you all the continued success and happiness in all that you do. We'll begin tonight's recognitions with our Franklin High School football team so they can prepare for this evening's game against Smoky Mountain. First, Caden Berry, joined by Cheyenne Carson and Chantel Chavis. Brock Bradley, joined by Matt and Nicole Bradley and Bryce Bradley. Gabe Easter, joined by Ashley Anderson and Sean Garrett. Xavion Inslee, joined by Caden Burchard and head coach Josh Brooks. Jaden Kelly, joined by Natasha Lewis, Donna Martin, Addison Mark, Rita Beasley, and Emma and Johnny Lewis. Peyton King, joined by Blair and Ashley King and Parker King. Anthony Montanez, joined by Nestor and Erica Montanez and Justin and Joseph Montanez. Aiden Pitts, joined by Logan Pyle, Allison Pitts, Sheila Miller, Isaac Pitts, and Brooke Tippett. Jim Rex De La Cruz, joined by Tony Ponce and Alma Lucy De La Cruz. Garrett Roper, joined by Ben and Ashley Roper and Nicholas and Peyton Roper. Jacob Stockton, joined by Michael and Lacey Stockton and Isaiah and Allison Stockton. Attic Sutton, joined by Mark and Elise Sutton and Paxton and Michael Sutton. Caden Swafford, joined by Laura Swafford, Kevin Swafford, Tommy Southard, and by Blakely, Adeline, and Benton Garrett. Mark Van Hook, joined by Amy and John Van Hook. And Mace Waldroop, joined by Chris and Brooke Waldroop, Maddox and Maverick Waldroop, Kathy Waldroop, Haley Waldroop, and Layla Reeves. Panther fans in the stands, let's hear it one more time for your Franklin High School football seniors.
Of course, they'll let the football players head into the locker room to get ready for tonight's contest. They'll bring out the next fall sports team. I'll hand things back over to Daniel Hooker, who is a public address announcer tonight. Pinch hitting for Mark Sutton, who you just saw on the field. His son, a senior. Normally he is your public address announcer. He had a little more better things to do tonight. Hang out with his son and honor him here on senior night. We're glad that you are with us. I know we had some audio issues to begin the broadcast as we had to sync some stuff up. We are pleased that you're with us with the Battle of Cowley Mountain tonight. Coming up at 7:30. George Young, Byron McClure, Mike Wood bringing the action. We'll have the marching band next. The seniors, the class of 2026.
Now let's recognize the seniors of our Franklin High School Panther Regiment Marching Band. Students who have filled our stadiums, parades, and performances with pride and Panther spirit. First, Shay DeShane, joined by Chris and Shannon DeShane and Eli Collins. Esmeralda Dominguez Avila, joined by Montserrat Avila, Saul Dominguez, Jasmine Dominguez, Renesmee Dominguez, Adrian Lopez, Fatima Lopez, and Mariela Guzman. Colton Forrester, joined by Brandon Forrester and Madeline Maynard. Benna Gibson, joined by Ben and Terry Gibson. We'd also like to recognize tonight Madison Harris. Garen Hope, joined by Trip Hope, Dawn Hope, Annie Hope, Ruby Hope, and Noveli Nicholas. Savannah Hopkins, joined by Jason Hopkins, Noel Hopkins, Ashley Chitwood, Brett Chitwood, and Brooklyn Chitwood. Brayton Kirchman, joined by Scott and Brianna Kirchman. Daniel Nogal Hernandez, joined by Amelia Hernandez, Juan Nogal, and the Franklin High School Panther Regiment Marching Band Clarinet Section. Christian Ortiz, joined by Todd and Colleen Ortiz. Julian Owen, joined by Emily Moore Owen. And Samantha Pruitt, joined by John and Kayla Pruitt. One more time, let's hear it for your Franklin High School Panther Regiment Marching Band Seniors.
Make sure to tune in at the half as the Panther Marching Regiment will be on the field, and we will carry the Panther Marching Band's performance. They'll be performing their entire show coming up at the half, so you want to stick around for that. And also, here very, very shortly after the Fall Sports Senior Night has concluded here in the pregame, we'll break, and we have an update to the Franklin High School construction, the October update. You saw our September update if you are regular viewers of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. So stay tuned. We've got another update, and they have done a lot over the past month and a half since the last time we were there at the construction site of the new Franklin High School. So make sure you stick around. We've got more to come here on the pregame show, and you want to stick around for that as well. Well, the next team coming out, I believe it is men's soccer, that's going to stroll out onto the field next. Maybe it's cross country. Maybe cross country. They sometimes get out of order here. You see Dan Gibson in the left corner at about the 15-yard line with the red hat. He is coordinating all this. He had these spreadsheets and PDFs graphically organized for the senior night festivities. He shared it with me.
At this time, we will recognize the seniors from our remaining fall sports teams, including girls volleyball, girls tennis, boys soccer, our Panther cheerleaders, girls cross country, and boys cross country. Each of these student athletes has demonstrated dedication, teamwork, and a commitment to excellence that makes Franklin High School proud. First, from girls volleyball, Carrie Holland, joined by Mark and Nina Holland. We'd also like to recognize Maggie Shields, with Kevin and Denise Shields. From girls tennis, Marley Barnes, joined by Ben and Renee Barnes. Maria Santos Gorillas, joined by Randy and Molly Phillips. And Clara Stork, joined by James and Ginger Stork. From boys soccer, Eberardo Rios Pacheco, joined by Clara Pacheco and Pedro Rios. Eduardo Rios, joined by Josefe and Pedro Rios. Christian Vasquez Cruz, joined by Vincente Cruz and Luis Vasquez. Sage Gray, joined by Sandy Van Horn and Justin Gray. And Wyatt Parlier, joined by David and Holly Parlier. Now for our Franklin High cheerleading squad, Mackenzie Carver, joined by Corey Carver and Jaden Hunter. And Miriam Sanders, joined by Bobby and Kim Sanders and Jonas Sanders. From girls cross country, Abigail Pope, joined by Toby and Jennifer Pope and Daniel and Lydia Pope. Amy Mendoza Lopez, joined by Francisca Lopez Soriano. And Mindy Holbrooks, joined by Jennifer Rose and Corey Holbrooks. And from boys cross country, Ivan Martinez Solano, joined by Juan Martinez, Consuelo Solano, Abraham Oswaldo, and Jonathan Martinez Solano. Roy Ruiz Mendoza, Taylor Woodland, and Tatiana Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, Panther fans in the stands once again, want a big round of applause for your Franklin High School seniors. Thank you, seniors, for everything you've done to make Panther Nation proud. Again, let's hear it one more time for all of your Franklin High School seniors.
All right, that's the senior night festivities as the band warms up across the way. We've got about 16 and a half minutes until we'll kick this one off from E.J. Whitmire Stadium on the campus of Western Carolina University. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we'll get you set for the kickoff of this one. We'll have Mike Wood joining us here in the pregame. We'll have the toss of the coin. And we'll get this Battle of Cowie Mountain underway very shortly. Stay with us. Hey folks, this is the October 2025 edition of the Construction Update of the new Franklin High School. I'm George Young, along with Tracy Talent from Aiken County Schools. Obviously, we're right here in the action. We're on the plaza level of the new Panther pit that's under construction right now. Right over here is the new visitors locker room along with concession stand. And then we're gonna head over and check out behind the press box area where the concession stand's gonna be and all the action's happening. Let's go. Well, we are here actually in the basement of the gym. Hard to believe we are at the back side of the press box and about, what, 16 feet down? Right,
yeah,
Tracy?
16 to 18 feet down from ground level.
Which is the actual gym and the back side of the current school. We're 16 feet down from there. And tell us what's going on here.
This will actually be the floor of your gym and auxiliary gym here. These are the footers going in for your CMU walls. The cast-in-place walls is already in here, and they're setting the forms ready for the backside of the gym walls to the exterior. So as you said, you know, we're on the lower side of the press box and down in here where all the action's taking place right now.
And the gym, there's going to be two. There's going to be auxiliary gym. There's going to be a main gym, and the auxiliary gym will be in the lower level, correct?
Both gyms will be in lower level.
Okay.
I think from looking at the plans, I think this one on the right-hand side here, looking into it, will be your main gym, and then your auxiliary gym will be over there next to the bank.
It's amazing that we're this far underneath the current level, and this is where the gym's going to be, and that's where all the action will be happening. Well, Tracy, once this video, the September edition of our update aired, I got a lot of folks that asked some questions, and the main question was about the press box and the concession stand and the bathrooms and where all that was going to be located. So if you could kind of give us an idea of what we're looking at here.
We're actually on top, probably the seating area, looking down into the den of the basketball courts. And then straight across where the black area is there, you will see the inside concession stand. So there'll actually be two concession stands, housed in the same building. The inside concession stand for basketball and fine arts, and then obviously the outside windows will be for the football stadium.
All right, we're now on the back side of the project, the Frogtown side, where they're bringing in a ton of dirt. You've seen the mounds of dirt if you've driven by. You've seen the dirt on the football field and then up on the practice field. And then you saw where they had dug out a big hole behind the press box where the gym's going to be, the auxiliary gym. All that dirt, Tracy, is being deposited over here, right?
Yes, it's all coming over into the Frogtown area to bring this slope up to where we will have a pad to build our educational building will be on this site. We still have about 20 feet to go, and we're moving about a foot a day. So in about 3 weeks, we hope to have it wrapped up.
Now, this over here has been a little problematic because of the rain that we have gotten. Yeah. And they've got a process now that they're heating the dirt and drying the dirt, correct?
Yes, they do. In most times, they bring in the apparatus that they put behind their tractor, and they heat the dirt, grind it up like a tilling machine, and then it deposits it back out as dry dirt. And then, of course, the engineers have to test that to get their moisture rating and then their compaction as they're sheep footing it in here behind the dozer.
And as you can tell, this is the best view looking over downtown Franklin, over Old Frogtown. And a lot of folks remember this as the old movie theater down here. And now it's going to be part of the school. It's unbelievable. It's only part of the school, yeah.
This is a layer of the geogrid that we're putting on Frogtown slope. Every 18 inches, they're having to lay a layer of this geogrid. So you have a layer of this, and then 18 inches of dirt, and then another layer of this. And the idea is to keep the slope from, falling off the mountain, so it ties everything together.
Well, that's been the October 2025 update for the Franklin High School construction project. Tracy, it's a pleasure as always, and we'll catch up with you, probably about a month from now.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
At Mountain Credit Union, we know summer plans start at home, and your home's equity can help make them happen. Upgrade, remodel, tackle unexpected expenses, or pay off high-interest debt. Control your finances with a home equity line of credit from Mountain Credit Union. Introductory rates are as low as 5.49 APR for the first 12 months. Call or stop by one of our local Mountain Credit Union branches today for details, or apply online at mountaincu.org.
A lifelong resident of Franklin, Jeff Berry has a vision moving the town of Franklin forward, an entrepreneur with investments inside the town limits. He knows the critical infrastructure needs of the town. Jeff Berry would like your support in November. When you cast your ballot on November 4th, vote Jeff Berry for Franklin Town Council.
And we welcome you back to E.J. Whitmire Stadium, getting set for the Battle of Cowee Mountain tonight. It's Franklin and Smoky. We're going to have the senior call-outs very, very shortly with the one and only Becca Brooks and her signature voice. She's done it for many years for basketball and volleyball and also for football. And they'll run through the tunnel, which the band has formed there on the field. This is the Battle of Cowee Mountain. The Panthers come in tonight 6-2. They matched their win total from last year. As you see, the Mountain 8 Conference standings. Brevard at the top of the conference. They are 5-0. Franklin at 4-1. Pisgah also at 4-1, but Franklin beat Pisgah, so they have the head-to-head win over Pisgah, and so Franklin's in the second slot. But the conference standings this season, with the new structure of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association classifications, going to 8 classes this year. The conference finish and conference standings don't weigh as much as they used to because you have split conferences. Brevard is a 4A school. Franklin is a 5A school, along with West Henderson, Smoky, and East Henderson. And then you have 4A schools. So they have taken that out of the equation, and it's more about your RPI, your win-loss record, and then the win-loss record of your opponents. It is good to look at the conference standings, and barring some upsets, it looks like Brevard will be your conference champion, Byron.
Yeah, and I don't know that that's going to come as a surprise to anyone. I think certainly the Franklin Panthers got the attention of all of Western North Carolina when they stepped up there and took Brevard to the wire and actually took them into overtime right here in E.J. Whitmire Stadium in what was just a really fun game. And one that, even though we didn't come out with the outcome that I thought we were going to have there for a minute, if you're a Panther fan, you got to believe that really turned things around for us. I think what it did is it showed us, hey, we can play with anybody. And, George, I'll tell you, that conference that you just threw up there, 4A, 5A, that's arguably the best conference in Western North Carolina right now. When you look at strength of schedule and you look at, like you said, I'm going to call it a scientific approach to how they seed the playoffs these days, that's a great conference right there. A team like West Henderson sitting 4th, and, of course, the Panthers have a showdown with them next week. That's a strong team. That's a good team, and a team that would probably beat a lot of teams, top 1 or 2 teams in many other conferences in West North Carolina. So really a testament to what a season Coach Brooks and the Panthers have put together after the opening loss to Murphy and really just turning things around.
You see both captains meeting at about the 40-yard line. I believe our captain is going to be in the middle of the action, so we'll head down for the toss of the coin very shortly. The Smoky Mountain Mustangs are on a 4-game winning streak over the Franklin Panthers. Last win for the Panthers came in the COVID season, spring of 2021. That was the last win in this series. And Smoky comes in at 3-5, Franklin at 6-2. Head down to the field. The live toss of the coin.
That side says tails, the other side is the head. Tails and then the heads. What's your call? Take the call. Let it hit the ground. It says tails. You want to defer, right? Okay.
So Smoky has won the toss and has elected to defer to the second half. Mike Wood out of the locker room. He was in the middle of the action there in the toss of the coin. A little subdued toss of the coin. We've seen some that have been pretty entertaining this season, but that one was quick and to the point. So the Panthers will have first possession here in the Battle of Cowie Mountain. This rivalry, Byron, dates back a long way. Here's a couple of news and notes, historical notes between these two squads. Of course, it was Silva and Franklin dating back to 1927.
Yeah, and what a history here, and what an impressive piece that you've put together here. I look right there at that 1987 Silva Webster merged with Cullowhee. I'm gonna do my first telestrator move of the night. I put a little X there beside it. I'm not sure it showed up or not, but there it is. That is something, George, that is still a sore spot in Jackson County, North Carolina. I'd still get amused. I run into people who still talk about that being a sore spot. And the late Lionel Brooks himself, father of Jay and Josh Brooks, he had reservations still until he left Earth. We would talk about that. But they are Smoky Mountain, and I'll tell you, for a long time, there we go. Yeah, we're playing around with toys up, guys. I'm going to tell you, every week we bring something new.
Got your John Madden telestrator.
Absolutely. I'm not supposed to say boom when I do that. But so, no, I mean, since that time, though, as you well know, George, we went on a string there of years where we just really dominated this series. But hats off to the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. It's been a minute. It's been since 2021, spring of 2021. Mm-hmm. The misplaced COVID year where they didn't play in the fall. They played football in the spring of 21, and it's been that long since we have beat the Smoky Mountain Mustangs, and you got to believe that the Panthers come in here tonight ready to take care of business.
And you see a couple of streaks on screen there. The 11-game winning streak for the Panthers sticks out against Smoky Mountain, and that 14-game winning streak for the Golden Eagles of Silver Webster really sticks out. And that was a period from 1972 to 1982 that the Golden Eagles won some state championships.
They were golden.
They were golden. They were very good, and not just in Western North Carolina, all over the state.
I always joke with my buddy Billy Van Hook when I say, Billy, why do you feel the way you do about Silver Webster? And I joke with him that I finally looked back in the record book and saw the scores whenever he played in high school, some of the whoopings he took. And I'm like, okay, well, that answers that. But they were good during that time. And then, of course, the Panthers flipped it around. Now, we had our turn. Yeah. And we ran this they always say a rivalry is when teams go back and forth. Funny thing is, we consider this a rivalry, but really it's been a lot of big streaks in this series over the years. But again, two teams tonight. Smoky Mountain would love to turn their season around and finish strong. But the Panthers, I think, are destined right now to finish with the most wins we've had in a few years here in Panther football and get poised for a good playoff run. And that starts tonight.
You see the senior call-outs going on. We got the big fella doing a jig here.
Probably one of the best things that we do right here. And you're right. It's the iconic voice of Becca Brooks. She's really good at this.
Bring the heat and the air. We're number 64. Give it up for Garrett Roper.
And you got to believe Garrett, if he could do something like his teammate did, he would. But Garrett, unfortunately, his season ended a little bit early.
All of the seniors are getting their name called, and so it looks like we'll be a little bit past 7:30 getting this one underway, but nobody in the stands, I don't think, is complaining tonight. It is a beautiful night in the Cullowhee Valley. Some football weather. Dip into the 30s later on tonight, but as this game's going on, it'll be in the 50s. A perfect night for football here in Jackson County. And Smoky didn't have very far to go, about 5 miles down the road from their home stadium. And, you know, one thing that I do want to mention, and I'm sure that the coaching staff, athletic department, and the school district of Macon County would like to thank Smoky Mountain for hosting the JVs throughout the season. Graciously on Thursday nights. It takes a lot to host events at any school, and so they really bent over backwards for us here with the Panthers to allow the JVs to play on Carr Hooper Stadium in Babe Howe Field.
Yeah, no, they have really extended their courtesy to us to allow us to do that. And, you know, over the past few years, we've had situations, whether it be bad weather at the Panther Pit or now renovations of the high school. We needed local high schools to help us out. And Smoky Mountain and Cherokee High School are two that have really stepped up and offered their facilities for us. And I'm sure one of these days we'll have to do the same thing in return.
So the Panthers will come onto the field as the seniors got their night in the spotlight. Now the entire team will come onto the field, and the band will have to exit the field. We're going to head down, check in with our captain, Mike Woods, on the sideline. How's the electricity down on the field? Mike, you with us? I think he's taking his headset off. We'll check in with Mike as we go throughout the rest of the ball game, as he'll be roaming the sidelines here at E.J. Whitmire Stadium. And I want to thank Western Carolina University. I know we've talked about it throughout the season, but they have been gracious to host us as well throughout the year, and this most likely will be the final time that we'll be here at E.J. Whitmire Stadium, because the playoffs the Panthers are able to host. They would be on Fridays before a Western home game, and obviously they're not going to move it to a Thursday night. So I don't know exactly how that is going to shake out, but we'll find out as we go along. You see the D section there. They've got police tape up to separate the fans between Smoky and Franklin.
Probably
tonight.
A good idea in a Franklin Smoky Mountain game. But we joke because they didn't do that in the first game of the year, and we were very confused by it. But wow, pretty good crowd. And you got to think, well, how many people is that? You got to remember, this place holds 14 or 15,000. Now that includes the other side, but the other side is much smaller than this old side here that E.J. Whitmire helped build.
Let's go.
And so you got to imagine there's probably 10, 11,000 seats there. So, nice crowd.
Mike, you with us?
Yeah, I'm down here.
Mike Wood on the sidelines. Electricity is building, and you're in the locker room. What do the coaches have to say?
It's a big night. He talked a lot about the seniors, last game, last home game. Talked about one of the finest groups that he's coached. He really feels like it's a pretty tight family.
We are underway here at E.J. Whitmire Stadium. It's going to be the Panthers with the first crack at it, up to about the 19-yard line. That's where the Panthers offensively will begin tonight's action. It's Gabe Harrison on the return.
Thought Harrison was going to catch a seam there, but Dakota Smith from Smoky Mountain High School came in and shut that down. Panthers will start out here. I will say this off the top. Actually, Smoky Mountain's a team that averages more rushing yards per game than Franklin. 252 yards rushing per game for Smoky, 214 for Franklin.
Anderson Terrell under center. And before the snap, we've got whistles. And looks like somebody moved. It's going to be a procedure call going against the Panthers. That'll back them up 5. Movement here.
Yeah, you just see a little bit of movement there. I believe that was on the right side. I'll get used to this telestrator and look really professional here in a minute. But let me first remind everybody, man, senior night, so much electricity buzzing around that field. You had those introductions and everything going on, senior night festivities. Don't be surprised by a couple of mental mistakes here as the Panthers start out.
A lot of adrenaline for both teams. And goes Garrett Young. In traffic, Garrett Young right up the middle to about the 21-yard line. So Garrett able to gain around 6 yards. It'll bring up a second down at about 9 for the Panthers.
One thing about it, you'll see right here, see that hole open up, and there you go. A little after the fact now, but first play, you'll see a lot of that tonight. A lot of number 36.
Garrett Young right up the middle once again. And he is across the 30-yard line to about the 31. Did he get enough? Yes, I believe he did. Yeah, it's going to be enough for a Panther first down. And that'll move the chains across the way.
Mike, you had a chance to be with the team some this week. Doesn't surprise you that we come out and pound 36 at them a couple times, right?
No, they run pretty much a base defense, either a 3-4, 4-3, head up on the guards. It's a good running defense. So we should pound it tonight.
It's Garrett Young once again, 35-40, and he's going to be hemmed in and dropped out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. That'll be enough for another Panther first down. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just saying, adding on to that, studying film this week, they don't blitz a whole lot, run a pretty basic defense.
It will be a yard shy, I believe. So it'll be second down and a yard for the Panthers. It'll be Anderson Terrell, signal caller under center. He's just going to hand right up the middle. It's a fumble. Somehow able to get it back was Attic Sutton. Right up the middle, Attic Sutton goes, and I believe he's got enough. Yes, he does for a first down.
Attic's running his own little give and go here. Drops it and gets it back, falls forward, gets a nice, decent. Well, I thought he got a gain out of it. Maybe it wasn't Attic's that picked that up. Mike, was that a lineman that picked that up?
Looked like Attic's to me. Looks like he, just what you said, lost it and got it back.
Yeah, I think he. Yeah, it was Attic Sutton.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bottom line, first down.
Yeah, absolutely. But the clock ticks. First down for the Panthers. Garrett Young crossed the 50 to about the 49-yard line of the Mustangs. That'll be a gain of right at 6 yards for Garrett Young as we tick towards 10 minutes left.
I guess one of the questions as we watch the replay here of number 36 running the football for Franklin, Mike, this feels like one of those games where we're going to really challenge the physicality of Smoky Mountain up front.
I think we win that box right there. I think that is the game plan, just pound it. I don't think they can stop us much.
It'll be 2nd and 4. Garrett, check that. That's Sutton right up the middle. Attic Sutton across the 45 to about the 44. That should be enough for another Panther first down, and that's going to move the sticks again.
And it's nothing they haven't seen in practice. They Smoky, I believe, runs it 88% of the time on Friday nights.
Yes, they do. Yeah, I was going to mention that. 302 yards per game offense for Smoky Mountain, only 50 of that through the air. So this game might be over quick tonight, guys.
Down to 9:20 left. Pitch, Garrett Young. Garrett in traffic at the 40 to about the 38, maybe the 37-yard line. A gain of about 5 yards for Garrett Young. We'll move that clock towards 9 minutes left.
I know we've pounded on his work ethic, but I was in there, I guess, Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and he was plugged up with earbuds working out. Pretty impressive, strong kid, very, very strong.
Gain of 6 for Garrett Young. It'll bring up a second down and 4 for the Panthers. Now looking to the sideline. 14 on the play clock, so they've got plenty of time as Anderson Terrell and company as he settles under center. Bowles goes in motion. Hand goes Garrett Young right up the middle. Garrett pushed back at the 35. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. Gain of 3 for Garrett Young. 3rd and a yard coming up for the Panthers.
And, Mike, I'll tell you, that's a good piece of the story about Garrett. But the even better one for me, and the one that tells me what type of kid he is when my oldest son, Miles, said on a Saturday morning right after the football game, he runs into Garrett, and he had been busting wood all morning on a Saturday morning. And had already, just soaked his shirt, and he said it was like 11 or 12 on a Saturday.
Right up the middle, it's going to be a first down for the Panthers. In the scrum, makes Attic Sutton Just about 3 yards. That'll move the sticks. 7:55 left in the first quarter.
Byram, you know, we've been around a long time. Coach Josh loves a game like this where he knows he can get 3 yards, you know, work that clock, get those first downs, put it over the end zone.
Great minds think alike. I was just sitting here thinking about making a comment. We used to joke about what some casual fans call boring football. Well, let me tell you, if you're a football coach, you love boring football. It means you're in control of the game.
On first down, it's Garrett Young. Going to push it across the 30 to about the 27-yard line. Does get out of bounds. That'll stop the clock.
Brock Bradley, that tight end there, senior tight end, man, he has had some good blocks this year. I don't think we call his name enough. Right there, he had a kick-out block. Garrett had his choice to go outside or inside, picked outside. Good block by Brock.
Hard to believe. You know, we didn't have a chance to say this, but senior night, like it just crept up on me that Brock Bradley's graduating, you know.
Yeah. And Attic Sutton.
Attic's, it's crazy.
Shotgun this time for Anderson Terrell. Drops, scans. Is he going to take off? Just heaves it out of bounds.
Nothing hurt there. Nothing hurt there. And that's another thing. We don't talk about Anderson's growth a lot because, you know, we run the football so much. Anderson's been turning in 100-yard passing games and managing the game very well. He's probably had some moments this year that were learning moments for him, Mike, but I think he's come a long way.
Very much. When I talked to him, he said the game is slowing down for him from a quarterback's perspective. That means he can see things before they happen over the ball.
Under center, it's Anderson Terrell on second. Make that third down and 5. It's Garrett Young, not going to make the line to gain. He had to get down to about the 22-yard line. He is stopped back at the 26 or the 27. So it's going to be third and long now. Make that fourth down and long. It's going to be fourth and about 5 as Garrett Young did lose a couple of yards.
Trying to get in there between the guard and tackle. Nice play by Smoky Mountain forcing a fourth down situation, but I got news for him. The Panther offense probably will stay out there.
Yeah. Fourth and 5 in no man's land for a field goal. Shotgun on fourth down. Garrett Young goes in motion. Set up the screen. Caught. It's Sutton. He's got the first down and more. Attic Sutton all the way inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Panthers.
You know, and it's great to have that first down, but I would tell you, you guys, let's all be honest. There was a series of games at the beginning of the season. We had a hard time pulling that play off, Mike.
That's the first time. That is the first time we have completed that middle screen. A couple times Anderson threw it at his feet and then messed up, but very good timing there.
It goes back to that whole where the game's slowing down. He's in control. He's seeing things in rhythm.
First and goal, Garrett Young. Got to kick it out. Garrett going to be hemmed in and dropped at about the 8-yard line. Gain of a yard for Garrett Young, going to bring up second and goal.
Little movement here by as Garrett tries to side shift there and get it upfield for another yard or two. And I just keep saying, too, man, what a great job this offensive line, Mace Waldrop and all these guys up front, what a job they've done this year in allowing Garrett to control the game with that running game.
Second and goal, Garrett Young again, right up the middle. He is going to drag a couple of Mustangs with him to about the 5-yard line. So third down at the 5 and goal for the Panthers. Ticking towards 5 minutes left, and the Panthers have yet to give the ball up. Smoky has not seen an offensive possession in this ball game.
So I'm saying this could be a short game tonight. We've already had 7 minutes come off the clock, and it's 7:43. And we started late.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
About 7:33 when we started. Third down and goal. Terrell. The drop. Finds a receiver. It's Attic Sutton. He is into the end zone. Touchdown, Franklin.
Nice ball fake there by Anderson in the back. Attic slips out from his H-back position. Nice throw by Anderson. 6 for the Panthers.
On for the PAT is Juan Olvera. Spot is down, the kick is up, and it's good. So with 4:42 left, first quarter, Panthers strike first. It's 7-0 Franklin as we head to break from E.J. Whitmire Stadium.
At Mountain Credit Union, we know summer plans start at home, and your home's equity can help make them happen. Upgrade, remodel, tackle unexpected expenses, or pay off high-interest debt. Control your finances with a home equity line of credit from Mountain Credit Union. Introductory rates are as low as 5.49 APR for the first 12 months. Call or stop by one of our local Mountain Credit Union branches today for details, or apply online at mountaincu.org.
Welcome you back to E.J. Whitmire Stadium on the campus of Western Carolina University. Panthers up now 7-0, 4:42 left, and Smoky about to get the ball for the first time here in this ball game. It'll be Jim Rex that'll send it deep. It'll be a short kick gathered at about the 15 after the 20, 25. Still moving at the 30. And push back at about the 37-yard line. That is where the Smoky Mountain Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
I think we got a holding on the kicking team there.
Preston Douglas on the kick return.
Team.
I did not see the flag. Oh, I'll see it now. Okay.
Yeah, I think we had to, from our vantage point, George, we couldn't see it. There was a lot of red in front of it. But
I think number 9 attacked the back of number 22, blocking him.
So, 50 passing yards a game for the Smoky Mountain offense through 8 games of the year, 252 on the ground. So, interesting to see if you're Smoky Mountain, does that mean you try to throw it a little bit more tonight so that you move it? I mean, you've seen the film. This Panther defense, especially this front defensive line here, is tough to run on.
And right up the middle. And on cue, the Panther defensive line pushes back. And we got a late flag here.
A little extracurricular over there. Looks like maybe Davion Hall and somebody was tied up.
Watching a film this week, guys, Smoky, they run a lot of counters, traps, so forth, and they'll fill the hole with a pulling guard, pulling tackle, and sometimes, if you watch closely, the quarterback fills the hole as a blocker. So sometimes they'll have the hole and have 2-3 blockers going through that hole.
Personal foul on the offense. Half the distance.
Yeah.
Second down.
Yeah, through replay there, just caught a little shove from the Smoky Mountain players. He was getting up as he went by Davion Hall there.
It will be a dead ball penalty, so that'll be a 15-yarder from the spot.
And if you're Smoky Mountain, you can't afford that. Again, like you said, George, right on cue. That defensive line, man, Davion Hall, McAllister, Berry, they've been tough.
On second down and long, quarterback is going to take off. Look out. Josiah Ash at the 50. Josiah Ash going to be marked down at about the 38-yard line. That is a big gainer. Check that. It's Jackson Cooper, not Ash. Jackson Cooper, number 6.
Wow.
Into Panther territory.
Yeah, just the linebackers got their eyes on that back out of the backfield, Mike, and quarterback had free reign on that right side.
Yep, kudos to him, man. Great run, great read. He made a good little move on the corner and picked up another 30 yards on us.
It'll be first down at the Panther 38-yard line, as it is Jackson Cooper. They have 2 quarterbacks listed, a junior and a sophomore. And it's right up the middle. Riley Smith for the Mustangs to about the 33, maybe the 32-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 32. A gain of right at 7 yards. for Riley Smith to bring up 2nd and short for the Mustangs.
Riley comes out hot here. Nice run there for him. Smoky Mountain with only 2 receivers up top. Throws a quick one out there, out to the left, George, but we were there.
Damian Bowles read that, planted that right foot, and came forward. Good read, Damian!
There, we'll see the replay here. We may not get the, it was a little
quick.
Yeah, a little quick for our camera there to get over to the receiver on the far side of the field, but you saw the hit there. We may have a better angle at this one. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs. There's the hit.
Yeah.
Dislodged that football.
Great play by Bowles.
Back to live action. 3rd and 4. Hand right up the middle. Riley Smith, I believe he's got enough for a Mustang first down. Yes, they will move the chains across the way as he gets down to the 26-yard line. First down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Mike, I don't know if I've got a height and weight, but the Smith kid looks pretty good size from up here.
Yeah, strong-looking kid. They're running hard. These kids out here, I know you guys are a long ways away. There's a lot of adrenaline, testosterone flying around right now.
Jackson Cooper in the gun on first down for the Mustangs. He's just going to take off.
Squeeze!
Going to try to cut it up.
There you go.
A lot of red shirts will meet Jackson Cooper for just a 1-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down at about 9.
Just a keeper here to the left side. And George, I guess we have seen already some swapping at the quarterback spot. Yeah. That one was Jackson Cooper.
Yep. Yeah, one is number 5, one is number 6. So from this far up, it's hard to determine if it's 5 or 6. Look at the monitor here, our angle. But it is Jackson Cooper who is now the signal caller in the gun. On 2nd and 9 now for the Mustangs. High snap. And taken off with it is Jackson Cooper. He's going to be hemmed in and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long now for the Mustangs with a minute and a half left here in the first.
Did you watch the replay here? Mike, I'm wondering, you spent time there this week. Was there any mention about run-pass tendencies based on which quarterback they were playing?
No, but that play right there, that was supposed to be a handoff. They missed the handoff with the high snap. Quarterback just took it in the hole that was designed to go.
Gotcha.
Davian Hall put him down pretty quick. Big 3rd down here, guys.
3rd down and 8. Jackson Cooper claps, and he got the Panthers to bite.
Old McAllister, he was really wanting it. Look at him here. You see on the replay. Yeah. And I'll get it. I'll get it. Give me time, George. Give me time. But anyway, chomping at the bit was McAllister, and that's going to make it a much more manageable 3rd down situation now for Smoky Mountain.
He's had such a good year, man. We're going to give him a pass on that one.
Absolutely.
5-yarder will make it a 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs down to the 19-yard line. It is Cooper in the gun once again, claps, hands off Smith. Smith weaving his way. He's got the first down. And down to the 15. That'll stop the clock briefly to move the sticks.
You know, the one thing I noticed here, George, for guys like you and I coming into this game without a whole lot of study on Smoky Mountain, you see their record, and then I look and I see that they're averaging 300-something yards of offense per game. I can see that now. They can move the football decently here on the ground. They're not going to pass it a lot. Like I said, 50 yards a game, 250 on the ground, but you can see they can run the football. I guess the question for them has been all season, can they stop anyone?
That's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So when we come back, Smoky Mountain will have a 1st and 10 from the 15 of the Panthers. Stay with us on this presentation of Franklin Panther football.
Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
A lifelong resident of Franklin, Jeff Berry has a vision moving the town of Franklin forward, an entrepreneur with investments inside the town limits. He knows the critical infrastructure needs of the town. Jeff Berry would like your support in November. When you cast your ballot on November 4th, vote Jeff Berry for Franklin Town Council.
Second quarter about to begin. 1st and 10 for the Smoky Mountain Mustangs at the 15. It is Jackson Cooper in the gun. High snap. Hands off to Riley Smith. Smith following his blockers across the 10, inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Do we have a fumble?
Oh, we
yes,
do.
we do.
Yeah, baby. There you go, Panthers.
There was a fumble in the scrum. We'll see if we can see it on replay.
Looks like Paxton Sutton came away with the egg.
Sure did. He ripped it away, and it's Panther football. So that will stifle the Smoky Mountain Mustang drive. That took it all the way inside the 10-yard line.
And that's heartbreaking for Smoky Mountain. You put together a drive like that against a really good defense, knowing you're getting ready to just get pounded by this red running game again. What a big play there by Paxton Sutton.
So Anderson Terrell will look at his wrist, and he'll settle under center. 1st and 10 at the Mustang 7-yard line. And Garrett Young, he's going to kick it out. Garrett going to be tackled by his ankles at about the 11-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 5. It'll be a gain of 5 for the Panthers.
Garrett runs into one of his blockers, then kicks it out a little bit later.
And Mason Forbes for the Mustangs with the shoestring tackle to keep him from getting more yardage. 7-0, second quarter just underway after the turnover by the Mustangs. It'll be Anderson Terrell again under center. And he hands Garrett Young. Garrett fighting his way across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. He got enough for a Panther first down. No, I'm wrong. It's a yard shy.
It'll be a yard shy, yeah.
3rd and a yard now for the Panthers. Now we've got whistles. Officials.
I wonder if this. I hear a whistle
I do too.
in the student section, or not. Excuse me, in the crowd.
Yeah, talking to Dan Gibson, that was who had the red hat over there, and I think Mark Sutton picked up on exactly what you were talking about.
I thought it was a stop and play a minute ago, and realized it's in the crowd below us.
Mark made a PA announcement. He stopped the whistle. 3rd down and a yard. Garrett Young right up the middle. And he's going to pick up the first down and about 4 more yards to the 20-yard line. And he'll move the sticks.
Yeah, just right up front here. Nothing fancy. Panthers just continue to run it between the tackles. And to Smoky's credit, they've not given up a big play yet, but just at the line of scrimmage, we're getting enough to get Garrett 4 or 5 yards a gain.
Garrett Young once again up to about the 29-yard line, gain 9. Going to bring up 2nd and a yard as we tick towards 10 minutes left.
Watch him right here run really hard on this right side and ends up look like a bowling ball there at the end. But like I said earlier too, George, he's learning how to fall forward for an extra yard or two.
Anderson Terrell under center, his 2nd down and 2 yards officially as the pass goes into the flat. It'll be complete. 1st down and more. It's Gabe Harrison. Gets out of bounds up at about the 37-yard line. It'll be enough for another Panther first down. It'll stop the clock briefly.
Pretty sure we had a nice little block out here, too, by Lance Parker. Would have been a great telestrator opportunity, George.
We're going to have to get Phillip to pause.
Yeah. Just everybody slow down.
The replay here.
Get everybody slow down for me. But great,
new technology. It takes a little while to get used to.
Great block by Lance Parker.
The pitch goes to Garrett Young, and Garrett across the 35 up to about the 40-yard line. Gains 3. It'll bring up second down at about 4 for the Panthers. Coming up at the half, fans, we'll have the Panther Marching Regiment performance, and also we will have the Athlete of the Month presentation. We've got a feature piece on this month's Athlete of the Month. Stick around for that at the half. Panthers took the opening kickoff, if you just joined us, and marched all the way down. Took a lot of time off the clock and punched it in. It's Garrett Young right up the middle. Going to be upended as he crossed the 41-yard line. Falls forward to about the 49. And I believe he's going to be 3 yards shy of the first down. Slowing it down for him. All right, he's slowing it down for you there, Byron.
Okay. I want to say right in here.
Hit it again.
Yeah, right. Yep, there we go. Right in here, boom. That's what we got going on right there. Oh. I'll get there. Thanks, Phillip. Phillip looking out for me.
Third down and a couple. Garrett Young falls forward, and he picked up the first down.
Man, and again, I go back to the term. We used to always joke about used to joke with Coach Brooks a little bit. Somebody would say, you guys are bored. You don't throw it enough. Well, what you don't throw it right here. You're getting 4 and 5 yards of play. Clock's running. The goal is to win this football game with the most points at the end, and that's what the Panthers are doing at the moment. Again, to the credit of Smoky Mountain, it's not like we busted any big plays. We're just chomping 4 or 5 yards at a time.
It'll be first down right at midfield. Pitch goes. It's Garrett Young. Garrett shakes off one tackler, cannot shake the second tackler. He's going to get up across the 50 to the 49 of the Mustangs. I don't have 61 on my roster here for Smoky Mountain. They made a nice play.
We talk about the some of the things that a senior does that go unnoticed sometimes. Brock Bradley with another great block right there from the tight end spot.
Approaching 7 minutes left to bring up 2nd and 7, gain of 3. Back to pass. Anderson Terrell fires. Incomplete. Went through the hands of Gabe Harrison. It's a flag, though, back at the line of scrimmage.
Anderson has not thrown one like this in a while. I think he was just he slows it down for me again. Just behind the receiver. You watch, he just gets behind. That ball needs to be thrown up there at that moment. And I'll get it. I get it, guys. I promise I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. But thrown behind and guys, you got to remember something, Mike. If you're with us right now, just to finish talking about Brock Bradley, it wasn't just a couple of years ago that Brock was playing quarterback and was moved from that position and has accepted that assignment of his of blocking as a tight end in this offense with a lot of energy and excitement. So proud of Brock Bradley.
We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Stay with us. Welcome back. 6:55 left here in the second. Panthers talk things over after calling timeout, facing a 2nd and 17 after the penalty. All the way back to their own 41-yard line after the penalty.
Guys, just a note here. Franklin Panthers have had the football for over 12 minutes of the 17 minutes in this game.
Terrell shotgun. Hands Garrett Young.
Nice block.
Cuts it up. 50.
Yeah!
Garrett Young takes on
Nice
a defender
block.
to about
Nice
the
block,
43-yard line.
Woo!
Let's watch Gabe Harrison right here.
Take a look at that block. He
Yeah.
set Garrett up beautiful for the cut inside.
Got it slowed down for me and everything. I don't know if we get our camera out there. Yeah. Yes, a nice block right there.
That's awesome.
I made it. You slowed it down enough for me, Philip. Thank you very much. But a great block right there. Gabe Harrison, number 11.
So it's going to bring up 1st and 10. Panthers able to get enough. I don't know if he got enough or not, but they moved the sticks across the way at the 41 of the Mustangs. And right up the middle, it's Paxton Sutton. Sutton at the 35, going to be met and dropped at about the 34. Did not get out of bounds. Nice solo tackle by Ethan Bowd for the Mustangs, junior, Coach Postal.
Nice block, man.
Coming in. That's Paxton running a little bit of that. I guess that's that 48 counter T play there. Paxton is that guy on this team that runs that play. You know, Mike, you and I, nobody ever did it better than Kelton Lowry from that position.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett Young. Nice hole, 30 to about the 26-yard line. He's going to be across the line to gain. Now move the sticks across the way.
Man, just continue to hammer right here in the middle of the field. Look at the blocking up front. You get that. That's really all you need to make the clock run and the score go your way.
First down for the Panthers at the 27 of the Mustangs. Anderson Terrell settles under center, approaching 5 minutes left here in this first half. On a bootleg, Terrell going to fire. It's caught. Brock Bradley at the 20, down to about the 19. Brock Bradley able to gain right about 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and short.
Great catch by Brock Bradley. Not Anderson's best throw right here. A little low. Actually, not as low as it looked from way up here at the top of B.J. Whitmire. Still a nice catch, though.
Yeah, it was a little low, a little behind him. I say Brock made a great catch there and got a couple extra yards.
It'll be a gain of 8 for Brock Bradley. 2nd and 2 at the 19 of the Mustangs. Anderson Terrell grabs that snap, hands to Garrett Young, and Young got the first down, pinballs his way to about the 10-yard line. That'll be enough for another Panther first down, and again, that will move the chains.
They're going to get tired of tackling that beast by the fourth quarter.
Nice big hole there and some key blocks, as you see there from Attic Sutton. I didn't catch the other number there, but a nice pin block there by the offensive lineman. And you're right, it's just pound, pound, pound. 3 minutes and 50 seconds. We now have had this football for 15 minutes. And it's been – I've got us with 4 pass attempts. Does that sound right?
Paxton Sutton on first down. Sounds about right. And he's going to gain maybe a yard on first downs. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from about the 9. 3 or 4. I remember at least 2 of those passes.
Now, Mike, from here, that's a good looking, that's a good sized D line for Smoky Mountain up there.
Yeah, I give them credit, man. They're firing off the ball really good. Offensive line's firing off the ball. It's in the trenches down here tonight.
Approaching 3 minutes left on 2nd and goal from the 9. Garrett Young. Garrett into the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, baby. Garrett over the right side. Good block when the hole wasn't open. Cut it off to the right a little bit. Moved right into the end zone for 6 for the Panthers. What a great drive, guys.
Look here. Again, just key blocks right up front here. As you said, it's a battle in the trenches. Look at some of those guys up there, and you got Attic Sutton coming up from the fullback spot.
PAT, Juan Olvera. Low snap, get it down, but it's going to go wide left. So the Panthers cannot convert on the PAT.
It is 13-0 as we head to break. Stay with us.
At Mountain Credit Union, we know summer plans start at home, and your home's equity can help make them happen. Upgrade, remodel, tackle unexpected expenses, or pay off high-interest debt. Control your finances with a home equity line of credit from Mountain Credit Union. Introductory rates are as low as 5.49 APR for the first 12 months. Call or stop by one of our local Mountain Credit Union branches today for details, or apply online at mountaincu.org.
A lifelong resident of Franklin,